In this lesson I will show you the important subject of seeing the difference between the verb ser and the verb estar. These two verbs in Spanish, they both translate as the verb to be. So whenever we use the verb to be in English, in Spanish we either use ser or estar. So when do we use one or the other? Here we will see, we will try to understand when we need to use one, when we need to use the other. First, let's see the conjugation for present tense for ser and estar. So here to the left we have the verb ser. On the right hand side we have the verb estar. So I, you, he, she. Usted is the formal you, okay? So usted means you, but formal. However, it conjugates as he or she. And here, ustedes is the formal for you, used in Latin America, while vosotros is the formal, is the plural you. Sorry, I said formal. Vosotros and ustedes are plural you, right? The only difference is that vosotros is plural you used in Spain, ustedes is a plural you used in Latin America. But ustedes conjugates same as ellos, that means they, okay? Now let's begin. Yo soy, I am, or yo estoy, I am. Tú eres, you are. Tú estás, you are. Él or ella or usted es. Él or ella or usted está. Nosotros somos. Nosotros estamos. Vosotros sois. Vosotros estáis. Ustedes son. Ustedes están. Ellos son. Ellos están. Okay? This is a conjugation for present tense. But now, let's see, when do we have to use ser and when estar? The verb ser is used as the verb to be when referring to something more or less permanent or an inherent quality, okay? What does that mean? If I say, my name is Juan, yo soy Juan. Why? Because my name is a permanent quality, right? It does not change. Estar. When do we use the verb estar? Verb to be when referring to a non-permanent or a changeable situation or condition. Or a changeable situation or condition. For example, I am happy, right? Happiness is a state of mind or of spirit that can change anytime. So we use the verb estar. Yo estoy contento or feliz. I am happy. Now let's see some examples here, because it's not so straightforward as it may seem here, but with this it will become easier. Yo soy Juan. This means I am Juan, right? Let's mark green for verb ser and red for the verb estar, okay? Yo soy Juan. I am Juan. The name is something permanent or more or less permanent. So we use the verb ser. Yo soy hombre. Yo soy hombre. I am a man or male, right? Here, as you can see, we do not have an indeterminate article as we have here, because this, without the article, it means manhood in the sense of manhood, okay? So in a more generic way, this can be translated as I am a man or I am a male, right? Here we can say yo soy un hombre. This is more specific. It's I am a man, okay? Since manhood is a more or less permanent state or quality, then we use the verb ser, okay? Carlos es un niño. Carlos es un niño. This means Carlos is a boy or Carlos is a child. The word niño means boy, but it's also used as child. So, although childhood or boyhood is something that does change with time, right? Because a child grows and becomes a man, right? However, it is considered a more or less permanent condition or quality. So we use the verb ser. The verb ser, you see? Now, however, look at this. Carlos está muy niño or está muy infantil, right? Here we are using the word niño in the sense of childish, right? Like infantil. Infantil means childish. So we use this time the verb estar. Verb estar. Why? Because we are referring to a more or less, we are not referring to a more or less permanent situation. We are referring to a changeable situation. This is more a state of mind or spirit or condition. Carlos is childish. He's behaving childishly, okay? Or boyish. That's why this time we are not using ser, but we are using estar. We have another example here. Esto está sucio. I missed the tilde here. This needs a tilde. There. Esto está sucio. This means this is dirty. However, dirty is not a more or less permanent situation. It's a changeable situation. Something is now dirty, but soon after it can be clean, right? So, when something is dirty, we use the verb estar. Okay? Verb estar. Él está feliz. Él está feliz. This means he is happy. And happiness is a state of mind or of spirit, something that can change very often. So this is not referring to a more or less permanent situation or an inherent quality, right? So this uses the verb estar. Verb estar. But look at the last example here. We are saying something very similar, right? We are using the same adjective, feliz, right? Happy. However, here we use the verb ser, conjugated for he. You see? Es. Él, and I missed the tilde here. There. Él es una persona muy feliz. Él es una persona muy feliz. Why then are we using now the verb ser? Here, when we said he is happy, we use the verb estar. And here we